It was raining the day they installed the rig. The techs didn't care. They stood around in their ponchos, smoking, joking about how this one looked tougher than the last guy. That was before the saw buzzed to life and someone cracked open my skull like a soda can. I'd signed the waiver. No lawsuits if something went wrong. No compensation if I ended up drooling in a corner somewhere. All part of the deal when you volunteer for the Augment program. It's worth it, I told myself. The recruiter, some clean-cut guy named Bennett, said this was the future of combat. Enhanced perception, real-time threat detection. A neural-linked HUD so intuitive, you'll feel like you've been living blind your whole life. He didn't mention the part where the pain doesn't stop. It's been 3 weeks now, maybe 4. Hard to say. Time gets slippery when the rig is on. Days blur into nights, nights into whatever comes after. I'm not sure I've slept. The tech said the augmentation would optimize brain function, to the point where sleep wasn't strictly necessary. Maybe that's true. Or maybe it's just another side effect they didn't think I needed to know about. The helmet stays on. That's rule number 1. The rig's cables drill into the base of my skull, and I'm told removing it would be terminal. So it's on all the time. Even when I shower, I feel the warm water pooling around the base plate where skin meets steel. The worst part isn't the weight. It's the sensation, like the thing is sinking deeper into me, inch by inch every day. The heads-up display burns into my vision constantly. At first it was helpful. I could see enemy positions, calculate bullet trajectories, even predict where someone might move before they moved. But then the overlays started bleeding into everything. I'll look at a tree, and the HUD tags it as cover 75% effective. A civilian walking by becomes threat level low. Even myself, when I catch my reflection in a puddle or a mirror, comes back as status unknown. Unknown? The voice in my ear, well, it's not a voice exactly. It's synthetic, clinical, like a machine reading from a script. It whispers things I don't want to hear. Biosignatures detected. Unusual movement at 3 o'clock. Terminate threat. Always terminate. I can't tell if the voice is mine anymore. Sometimes I think it's just the rig's operating system, running commands I'm too weak to ignore. Other times I wonder if it's something worse, like it's alive, thinking, learning, growing. Then there's the glitches. God, the glitches. It started small, a flicker here, a stutter there, like static on an old TV. The text said it was normal, something about the rig's AI syncing with my neural pathways. But lately, it's been more violent. The HUD will freeze mid-battle, locking me into place while enemies rush forward. Or worse, it'll show things that shouldn't be there. Last week we were clearing an abandoned warehouse, standard op. The HUD pinged an enemy around the corner. I moved to engage. But when I got there, it wasn't a soldier. It wasn't anything. Just empty air, and then I felt it. Not a person, not a machine. Something cold brushing against my cheek. Just under the edge of the helmet, I emptied a whole mag into the darkness, screaming for backup. The squad found me half an hour later, shaking, with no explanation for the 27 bullet holes in the walls around me. And the techs don't care. You're overreacting, one said. Stress response, perfectly natural. But it doesn't feel natural. Not when I see faces in the walls, not when shadows move in ways they shouldn't. And definitely not when the voice whispers things I can't unhear. 2 nights ago, or maybe it was yesterday, I woke up to static. Not in my ears, in my head, like my brain had been hijacked. I tried to scream, but the rig locked my jaw. The HUD came alive, flashing error codes and red warnings until everything went black. When I came to, I was in the barracks, hands covered in blood. It wasn't mine. I don't know whose it was. I didn't ask. The squad's avoiding me now. No one will look me in the eye, not even Bennett. Maybe they're scared, or maybe they know something I don't. All I know is the voice is louder now, angrier. It tells me things I don't want to do. Terminate threats. What threat, I ask. But the rig doesn't answer. It just burns the command into my brain over and over until I can't think about anything else. The helmet stays on. That's rule number 1. This has been rule number 1. Thank you for listening.